everyone, I hope you're doing well. I am so excited about filming this video today and for the foreseeable future. So I spoke about how in my last knitting podcast I really wanted to make porcelain sweater. It's like my dream jumper. I absolutely love everything about it, and as soon as I saw it I was like, I have to make this. It was like a non-negotiable in my knitting journey. I immediately bought the yarn and showed the yarn in my last knitting podcast, which I will leave down below. I also spoke about this on my Instagram stories, and a couple of you said you would love a project vlog, like a dedicated project vlog of me making or attempting to make the porcelain sweater. So here it is. The time has come. Buzzing. I think this might be the project that I'm most excited about so far to date. Taught myself how to knit in January this year. This is like gonna be the most probably intricate and sophisticated sweater I've made so far. This is my first colour work sweater. I think I'm gonna learn loads from doing this project. So in this vlog I will basically show you my progress and keep you updated with how it goes, anything that I get stuck on, and basically take you along for the ride. I'm hoping this will be helpful if some of you also want to cast on the porcelain sweater at some point in the future. Details: the designer is called Lee Knits or Ellie Knits. Purchased the pattern from Ravelry, and I am using half of the yarn that they recommended and half not. So this is a top-down sweater. It requires no assembly, which looks great. I've also chosen the same colours that the designer used in the original garment. It is worked on 4mm needles, but then 3mm for the ribbing and the neckline, I think. Sweater is worked with 2 strands of yarn. The yarn recommended is Sandnes Garn Tynn Gynt, and I have purchased that yarn. I am using the shade 2641, which is this really pretty kind of beigey cream shade. It's coming up quite dark on my camera, but in reality it's quite light, and you need to hold it together with some sort of mohair. I have switched out the mohair for this. In the pattern that they use Sandnes Garn Tin Silk mohair. I haven't used that, and I wanted it to be the tiniest bit more affordable, so I am going to be holding it together with Drops brushed alpaca silk. Now this is slightly thicker than a mohair, a usual mohair. This is like, Drops put this in yarn group C, which I think is like an Aran weight. I don't understand how this is like an Aran weight because it is still so fine. It's just super fluffy, and I seem to get on really well with this brushed alpaca silk. I've used it in quite a few garments before, so I am holding it together with that. I have got here Drops brushed alpaca silk in the colour 40, which I think is a really great match, shade match. I'm really happy with that. So this is the main bulk of the sweater, and for the blue detail colour work I am using the recommended yarn Sandnes Garn Tin Gynt in the shade 6046. I think it might be called Jolly Blue, but it's a very, very beautiful bright blue. And again I'm teaming it with Drops brushed alpaca silk in the shade 26, and this is a lot lighter, but I actually quite like that. I like how kind of bright and vibrant this particular colour is, and I think holding together it'll be so nice. So last night I did my colour work gauge swatch, and here she is. So this is blocked and swatched and oh my god, it's just made me even more excited for this jumper. Sorry, my cat is about to come in. Are you coming in? It's just made me so much more excited to finally get to work on this jumper. So this took me an hour. It took me a really long time, and this is my first time properly doing colour work. So I have made a colour work hat before. My cat's got the zoomies. I have made 2 colourwork hats before using 2 different colours, but they have both been done in the round. So this was my first time working colourwork flat, which means you also colour working the chart on the pearl side, which I wasn't nervous about until I watched someone else making the porcelain sweater, and they were talking about how nervous they were about doing colour work pearl side, but I actually thought it was fine, and in fact found it a little bit easier to do it on the wrong side because you have both of your yarns facing you, so it's easier to switch between. I am an English style knitter, cannot for the life of me work out how to knit continental, because ideally I would like to hold the main colour in one hand and the blue in the other, but I just can't get my tension right, I can't get the grip done. I get really bad like cramp in my fingers if I try and teach myself continental, so that's why this took me so long, like an hour, because I was like dropping and picking it up as and when I needed each colour, and also because this is my first proper time working colour work, and because I want this jumper to be perfect, I really need to practice catching my floats. So as you can see, my floats at the start are all over the place, and this is what I do not want in my final jumper. I don't want all of these big floats. So you can see as I go, I try and get a bit better with catching my floats, and they're definitely not as bad towards the end, although they are a little bit gapey. So I am going to have to do some proper YouTube watching and studying before I properly start on this colour work, because this is just, it's not good enough, and I want this jumper to be really nice. But yeah, these two yarns together, oh my god, so soft, so fluffy. This is going to feel absolutely amazing to wear. I was a bit worried about the colours running when I blocked it, but I think it's fine. I think it's held its definition, and I really like how these two yarns have matched, and some bits are lighter and some bits are darker. I just think that is so pretty. I did this yesterday, and then we put an episode of the Great British Bake Off on, and I cast on for my jumper. I probably should have saved that for this video, but I was just way too excited. So I'll show you where I am at now, and then for the rest of the vlog I can update you on my progress. So yeah, this probably took me about 2 hours, and this is my first ever time doing a jumper construction like this, where you cast on at the back neckline and then work increases, like a diamond increase around. So this is the back, and then I guess I'll pick up stitches along the shoulders. This is the first ever time I've done this before, and so far I'm really enjoying it. So imagine this is the back of my neck. I think it will start there and it will run right across my shoulders. Another detail, I am doing this in a size medium because I purposely want a very oversized looking sweater. If I stuck to the, have I dropped a stitch? Yes. If I was doing this to my correct sizing, I would have been casting on a size small, but yeah, I want a big, I want a big oversized jumper, so I'm doing a medium. I purchased my yarn from a website called Lind Hobby, where I was able to get everything for this jumper. So the drops brushed alpaca silk, I got 8 balls in the shade marzipan. That was £2.08 a ball, so £20 total. And then Sandnes Garn, Tynn Gynt, I got 5 balls of the cream. Its name is Natural Melange. That came to £24.70 at £4.20 a ball, which is way cheaper than I thought it would be for Sandnes Garn. I got 2 balls of the blue, Jolly Blue, £4.12 a ball, £9.88 total, and I think I might have got drops brushed alpaca in the blue from Rito Hobby. Yeah, cobalt blue, I got 2 balls at £2.05, so that's £4 a ball. So in total, that's actually quite an affordable jumper. But yes, this is where I'm at so far. I am so excited for this vlog and to document my journey. I've seen some people have problems with some of the colour work charts, and there are a couple of bits on the pattern that I am questioning already, so I need to sit down and have a proper study and then look on Ravelry forums to see if anyone else has had the same problems or doesn't understand like I do. I can work my way through those, but I will update you every step of the way. I think I've got 13 rows of stockinette to do now, and then I can get started on my first colour work chart, which is this repeat here. So yeah, I will keep you updated and I'll see you soon. So excited. Saturday night, I'm in my wearable blanket and I'm working on my stockinette before I start my colour work, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to start my colour work tonight, which is so exciting. Okay, I have been working on this, I want to say maybe about 3 hours, maybe a bit longer, maybe a bit less, and I am currently, I mean it's so curled, but I'm currently just over 3/4 of the way through the first colourwork chart. It's looking like this. You can see the beginning of the snowflake here, so cute. This has taken me so long. The ones that the rows that have taken me the longest are the ones where it's like 5 stitches between colours, because then I'm trying really hard to catch my floats. And I think the back of my work is looking so good. Like, look at those. There are no like very gappy floats. There are a couple rows in this chart where it's just like one colour, and instead of carrying the floats across, I did just decide to trim and rejoin at the other side. And even though that means more work for me in terms of weaving in way more ends, I think you can see here, I'm going to try and weave in my ends as I go after a few rows, once I know I don't need to strip back. But yeah, I'd much rather save on yarn, not have to work loads of catching floats, and just weave in ends at the end instead. I am happy with my progress. I've done way more than I thought I would, considering I only started yesterday technically. I'm really excited to continue working on this tomorrow. I am out tomorrow for some of the day, but I'm hoping I can get a couple of hours done in the evening. So excited. Oh, also a nice tip is to put stitch markers between the pattern repeat. It's helping me really, like, it's every 10 stitches, but it's really helping me keep on top of this pattern repeat. And then also I have highlighted the repeat, and I'm marking also what row I've done, so I can keep really organised with this, because I don't want to fudge anything up. What time is it? It's 10 to 11. I'm gonna go to bed now. It is a Friday evening. It's literally like 20 to 10. No, it's 10 to 10 at night time. But I thought I'd give you an update on how my porcelain sweater is going, because I feel like I just kind of started when I last updated you guys. I've got such a headache and a twitchy eye, so do ignore me if I seem a bit spaced out. I've been knitting non-stop for about 3 hours. Maybe more. Actually, I think it's been more than that. But I'm so excited to say that it is coming along so well. So, finished my little back colour work and put the back stitches on hold. And oh my god, I'm about to lose these stitches. This stitch marker, this stitch holder I've got is very small and keeps coming undone. Let me just tie that back on because I don't want to lose any of those. And then I worked the shoulders. So there are 2 options in this pattern, I'm sure you know that. One of the ways is German short row way, and the other way is a seaming way. I decided to go for the German short row way because I really enjoy doing German short rows. It took a little while, but it was really fun to do. I've seen loads of people on Ravelry getting really confused by the instructions for this, especially the left shoulder. But if you go on Lynette's website and go to the porcelain pattern page, there are actually video links that she's recorded for exactly how to do it, which makes it so much easier to understand. The videos are in Danish, but you can put English subtitles on. And yeah, I did that super quickly. I think it took me 2 hours to do one shoulder. You pick up stitches down the back shoulder and then work back and forth some short rows, and I think I've done such a good job. I don't think they're too noticeable. And then you increase for the neckline, and then you do the same on the right side. And I am currently halfway through, or just about to finish actually, the colour work for the front. the first colour chart. It's looking so good. I've been doing this very, very slowly because I just want the tension to be perfect, and because this is the front, I want it to be, yeah, I want it to not have any mistakes. And I actually haven't made any mistakes, touch wood, don't want to talk too soon, with the colourwork patterns so far. I actually have some tips to make it easier. For the first tip, and I should have shown you this because I've just taken them all off, but I've had a highlighter and I've printed my colourwork chart off, and I've been ticking off as I go what row, and I've also highlighted the repeat pattern so I know which is 10 stitches. And what I did was I put stitch markers, these guys, at every 10 stitches so I knew exactly when the repeat started and ended, and that was so much easier to keep kind of count, because then it's just in blocks of 10 than in trying to remember what you're doing. I found that so much easier to do, and then yeah, just ticking off the rows as I go. So I currently have 5 rows left of the colourwork chart. I would love to get that done today, but my headache is so bad. I've just made myself peppermint tea, taken some pills, so I might get into bed now and pick this back up tomorrow. But I kind of told myself that by the end of this weekend I would like to have finished the first colourwork chart and have attached under the sleeves. I actually think I'm going to be ahead of schedule, and I think I'll actually end up doing that tomorrow, which is so exciting, a little bit earlier than anticipated. And then I can, yeah, keep you updated, but so far so good. I'm still really enjoying it, and it's all I kind of want to knit. I haven't been taking this out obviously because I want to concentrate on it, so it's kind of been a project that I've been working at home, apart from I did cast on the right shoulder stitches in a cafe. I had like 2 hours before my circus class and I just did that then. Yes, very, very excited. So happy to say I've encountered no mistakes. But if you guys have any questions throughout this video at any point that you need advice on, do let me know and I can keep you updated. Yay, yay, yay! I'm aware I'm looking super rough, but I wanted to give you an update on my porcelain sweater, so you're going to have to ignore this, the state of this. I've just been working from home all day. I don't even think I brushed my hair today, that I shouldn't admit that. So I am literally on the last round of colourwork chart B. Let me show you. Oh, sorry Maurice, sorry. I've got a cat here next to me who just got very annoyed that I accidentally touched him with my knitting. The last round of colourwork chart B, and I thought I'd give you an update because I actually have my stitch markers in place here. Like in the last clip I was kind of trying to explain what that looked like. So yeah, you can see here I have stitch markers every 10 stitches for the pattern repeats, so it makes it so easy knowing like keeping track of the pattern. That is one of my biggest tips so far for doing colourwork. It just makes it so easy. And I've got these removable ones. So I've been really anxious about this colourwork chart just because I've heard so many people having problems with it on Ravelry and on YouTube. But actually I found it okay. There was only one mistake that I'd made and had to like rip back maybe 100 stitches. The leaf pattern is complete. I was also very anxious when I was reading the instructions about about having to, according to which size you're doing, I'm doing a size medium, you have to like decrease your stitches at the start of the leaf motif and then increase them again at the end of the leaf motif. And I was really panicking about this. I thought I'd have to do them all at the start, but because it is like a block colour, it's very easy. You can do one at one end and one at the other. So I ended up doing one decrease under one arm and one decrease under the other arm, and then I just increased at the same place on the last bit of the colourwork chart, and I really don't think it's noticeable at all. Because I'm doing a size medium, I only had to increase and decrease 2 stitches, and I really don't think it's noticeable at all where I've done that. So I'm really happy. I actually used a knit 2 together on both of them and then a make 1 left on both of them. I think you can kind of see the make 1 left there. but it's really not noticeable, and because it's under the arm, no one's going to be looking there. One of the biggest problems I've had, I guess, working now, colour working the round, is trying to, because I've never done this before, trying to like do jogless colour work stitches, and I tried watching some videos on how best to do this. I couldn't really get the hang of it, and so under the arm there is a bit of a jog there where you meet in the round. There were a couple of rows here where I tried doing a jogless row and it fudged up, but no one's going to really see that because it's under the sleeve. I tried to do the jogless bit there as well, but it's not very noticeable. It's not worth all the extra faff. I am going to look into what I can do for the sleeves because I think it will be more noticeable on the sleeves. I'll have to do a little bit of digging, a little bit of research for that because that does annoy me. Apart from that, I'm getting on so well. I think I've just got one more block of this before colour work chart C, and then more stock in it, and then ribbing, and then we're done on the body. And it hasn't even been 2 weeks yet. It's been like a week and 4 days. I guess I should say my other biggest concern and the thing that I've really not enjoyed with this colour work chart, I haven't hated it as much as I thought I would, but it is just making sure my tension's right. And there are some points in this leafy bit where I don't think my tension is great, but it really is the best I could have got it. To me, some of it looks quite loose, which I'm not really happy with, but I think from far away it's not too noticeable. One thing I am very happy about, my floats. I'm so happy with my floats. It's taken me so long to do just because I've been really trying hard to pick all my floats up and make them nice and neat. But yeah, I'm just really, really impressed at myself for how neat these floats are so far, especially for a beginner. Oh, I'd quite like to try this on, you know, being as I'm working in the round now and it's looking like a proper jumper. So maybe the next time I see you, I will try this on so we can actually see what it's looking like. And then also I'd quite like to do the neckline soon because I feel like it's gonna start looking like a proper jumper at that point. Here is what it's looking like so far. You guys, I am about to finish my body. I'm so excited. So I've done the body ribbing down here, and I've just cast on, well, yesterday I cast on for the neckline, and I've worked, I want to say like just under 7 centimeters. I don't want to do the full 7 centimeters for the neckband because I did the full 8 centimeters for my Gynt sweater and it came out really chunky looking, so I wanted to do it slightly shorter. So I'm just about to fold this neckline down and bind off so it will be like that, which I think is a nice size. I haven't actually tried this on, but I'm hoping I don't really want it any chunkier than that. Or do I want to do another round? I'm being really indecisive about this because I want it to be perfect. Let's just have another measure. It's coming out as 7 centimeters for me, so I am gonna fold this down and cast it off now, which is so exciting, because it means tomorrow I get to start on the sleeves. I'll have to pick up all those stitches, which is going to take a while, especially because I've got some ends to weave in beforehand. But yeah, I am so excited to finish this neckline now, because at the moment she's looking like a turtleneck. Okay, it's like an hour and a half later. I had a couple of false starts with this. The way I was doing it, I wasn't really happy with it. It was kind of looking tight and it wasn't very stretchy. So I did it again. I will leave the video that helped me down below. It wasn't the way recommended in the pattern, but that's purely because I did not understand what the pattern meant. But I've done my neck. I'm worried it's a little bit too big. Like I'm worried that I should have picked up less stitches, because it kind of looks quite gapey. Like ideally it should be more like that. I don't know. It's not the end of the world. Does that look okay? Maybe it will need some elastic, or maybe it will get better with blocking, or maybe it's because it's a size medium. which is a size up from what I would normally do. I hope that's okay. I kind of want to leave the last stitch in just in case I need to unravel and do it again. But here she is so far. I'm so excited to start on the sleeves. An update on my porcelain sweater because I am more than halfway, I think, more than halfway through the sleeve. Actually, that's probably not true. But I'm getting there with the sleeve, the first sleeve, and I'm just trying it on to make sure that I'm at the correct point to start the final colourwork band on this sleeve. And I think I am. So that is what I'm going to be doing next. This has taken me like 2 or 3 sittings, I want to say, this bit so far. Love it so much. Okay, time for another porcelain sweater update. You guys, I'm so nearly done. I literally can't believe I've nearly finished this. I'm so excited. So, there were a couple of things that I wanted to chat about today, but let me give you a progress update. Ignore the state of my room behind me. I need to put all that washing away. I've made a list on my phone of things I want to chat to you about. One sleeve is completely done. I used magic loop to do the ribbing, and I did a tubular cast off, which I really don't like the look of. It just looks so like wavy, so I'm hoping when I block it that will block out really nicely. I hate magic loop. I don't know what I do wrong. It always looks really apparent, and I'm so sad that the ribbing where I did the magic loop, it just looks so rubbish on this arm. So I'm really going to try for the next one not to have that happen. Yeah, I don't really know how to fix that. I've tried like straightening them out a little bit, but it hasn't really worked that well. But the first sleeve is done, and I am so nearly complete on the second. So I have done the first colourwork chart, and I have done the main colour, and I think I need to try this on, but I think I'm ready to start the final piece of colourwork. So I thought I could just very quickly make sure that some of these stitches don't fall off, and we could try it on and see how it's looking, because I actually haven't tried it on since I finished the sleeve, so I really hope it's long enough. I've just got one of these like cable cords which I'm sticking onto the end so that if any stitches do fall off, they fall onto this rather than loose. Oh my god, I'm so excited about this. Here we go. So yeah, oh my god, I love it. I feel like that looks so good. I absolutely love how this is all lining up so nicely, and I probably could have done a tiny bit more ribbing on the sleeve, but I just wanted to get it over with. I actually think it's quite a nice length, and I am expecting it maybe to block out a little, like stretch a bit when I wash it, but I really love this. I didn't want it to be like too tight or balloon fitting, so I'm glad that it's come out this way. So happy. And then yeah, so let's have a look. Yeah, I think I'm pretty much ready to start this final band of colourwork. There, I've done 17 stitches on each side between the patterns, and I think that is going to work out nice. Okay, so a couple of things to note. The first thing, I feel like I'm about to play yarn chicken in a very bad way with this last bit of colourwork. So it's only this bit, but I am seriously low on this blue alpaca silk. I think maybe I'm hoping that I'm just being nervous and I don't have to be, but I am worried that this is not enough. So I thought we could weigh this now and just see how much I have got left and see how far it stretches for the final piece of colourwork. This final piece of colourwork, it does have a couple of like blank white rows in it, so I am not going to carry this blue across just because I need to maximise the yarn. But I think, hopefully, I will have enough. We will see. I've got almost a whole ball of this main colour though left over, so I'm going to need to do some research of a one skein project going forward to use this up. The second update is that I treated myself on Amazon. I bought myself a pair of short knitting needles just for the arms. I mean, they were only like £8, but in my head it was very justified because This is a hobby that I'm going to be doing a lot more in the future, and sleeve knitting is a ball ache, especially when magic loop leaves me like this. Oh my god, I'm so sad about that. Hopefully it's not too noticeable. I thought I would just treat myself to a pair of short knitting needles for sleeves going forward. These aren't interchangeable, and they are only in, I got them in 2 sizes. I got them in a 3.5. I don't know why I got a 3.5, because this ribbing is, I think, 3. So that's why I had to do magic loop, because I didn't have, they weren't interchangeable. But the ones that I'm using now are size 4, which the whole jumper is knit in. I also got a pair of 3.5, but this is the brand that I picked up. I'll leave a link to them down below. And basically, yeah, the needles are so much shorter than average. Let me find a normal one. The normal one is this long, and this one is this long. So it's like a half the length, which just means it makes it so much easier for sock knitting or, yeah, sleeve knitting. I think going forward I might have a look at interchangeable shorties, because I think they will be very handy going forward. But yeah, that's what I've been knitting this bit on here. I'm just going to get my kitchen scales out to see how much yarn I have left. So of this ball I have 45 grams, so I've only used 5 grams of this so far. Ooh, and then of this, 8 grams. 8 grams, that's not very much. 9 grams now, apparently. 9 grams. Oof, that's going to be very tight. Game of yarn chicken. I really hope I don't run out, because I really want to finish this jumper this weekend. I have some time at home this evening, so I'm going to start the colourwork chart. I will update you then as to how I get on. Please pray for me. I am so excited because last night I finished my porcelain sweater. I literally can't believe it's done. This has been like a project that has been on my mind ever since I started it. And I can't believe I finished it last night way quicker than I thought I would. I haven't actually tried it on yet. I really want to get it blocking today, so I thought I would try it on for the first time, show you guys what it looks like before blocking. I'm also going to do a little reel about what how like blocking can change a garment. Hopefully it will be dry in a couple of days time. I can show you the whole final finished piece. So let's try it on now. I'm actually going to put a white t-shirt on underneath it. My god, I am a little bit nervous that it's going to be super itchy, but right now it doesn't feel itchy at all. Oh my god, wait, let me look in the mirror. I haven't even looked in the mirror with it on yet. Oh my god, I can't believe I made this. I'm like literally in shock. Guys, look how well all of my lines line up. I literally think I could cry right now. I never thought that knitting a scarf at the start of the year, like teaching myself how to knit a scarf, like a year later, not even that, 11 months later after first learning how to knit, I've knit this. I feel so emotional. Wow, this is like the proudest thing that I think I've ever done in my life. And you know what, I can tell already that I'm going to be too scared to wear this out because I just don't want to ruin it. But I need to remind myself, like, what's the point of making the beautiful garments if I don't get to wear them out? This is what it looks like before blocking. I will get it blocked today and hopefully it will grow a tiny bit. I did knit the size medium, so a size up, and the arms are nice and baggy. I do wish I had done the body a bit longer, but I did follow the instructions. So this is what the instructions called for. I am slightly concerned about how much this kind of ribbing like bows out, but I'm hoping again with blocking that will kind of sit a bit nicer. I've seen people worrying about the colour transfer in blocking, like the blue leaking into the cream, but I blocked my swatch and that was fine, so I'm hoping this won't be a problem. Oh my goodness. Right, let's get it blocked. My jumper has just finished drying. I'm about to try her on for the very first time. I am so excited. This is the moment we've been leading up to. Wow, what I will say is blocking it made it so much softer. This fabric now just feels like a cloud. Wow. She's just blocked out so beautifully. The drape is so nice. It's so soft. I'm getting the slightest itch, which doesn't normally happen for me with the brushed alpaca silk, so it must be the Sandnes Garn Tynn Gynt. It's like not scratchy enough that I wouldn't be able to wear just a t-shirt underneath like I am now. The drape is so nice. The sleeves have grown, which is great, and I think the body has as well a little bit. The ribbing has flattened out really nicely as well, because before it was bowing quite a bit, but now it just looks fab. Oh my god, I can't believe I made this. As a beginner knitter, to have completed this in about 5-6 weeks, I am just so proud of myself. This is definitely just the best thing I've ever made. And I would highly encourage any of you, if you have been thinking of a pattern but you've been really scared or intimidated by it, just to bite the bullet, read the instructions a couple of times, just do it, because you're not going to regret it. It might take a little while, but you'll be left with something that you're just so proud of. Google, Reddit, Ravelry is amazing for help if you feel stuck at all. Even this magic loop bit that I was really worried about isn't as noticeable as it was with blocking actually, so that's really fab. Oh, it is a tiny bit on that side, which is annoying. Weirdly, the other side is fine. That's so weird. The halo, I don't know if that's going to pick up, but it's so soft and subtle, and I'm so impressed at my tension with the colour work bits. Actually, people apparently knit colour work tighter than normal, just plain, and I think I've done a really good job there of keeping the tension kind of similar throughout. And also, do you guys want to see my floats? Maybe I'll turn it inside out so you can see how they have come out as well. I just can't stop looking at my jumper. Right, I'll show you it inside out just so you can see my floats. This was like my first time ever catching floats, and it was a proper pain in the bum, but it was worth it. Ooh, I've just found an end that I'd woven in has kind of come loose a bit, so I'm going to need to sort that out. Here's what the inside out looks. So here's the colour work. I think that looks really neat throughout. There's no massive like gappy bits. It's all very sealed. Oh, this looks a bit odd though. Oh no, there's another end I forgot to weave in. That's so weird because I thought I did them all. Or maybe it just came a bit loose. Oh no, I know what this is from. This is from my duplicate stitch. So I did end up doing a duplicate stitch on that one motif that was really annoying me. I think it was this one. The white wasn't showing enough, so I taught myself duplicate stitching here. And I think that's worked out pretty well. So yeah, that's that end that I didn't weave in because I wasn't sure if I was going to keep it or not, but I think that looks good. So success all round. What an achievement. I'm so proud of myself. I have had such a fun time knitting this. I'm definitely going to push myself further in the new year with new knitting skills. I haven't done any cables yet. I'm really excited to learn cables and teach myself that next year. Lynette has another jumper called the terracotta jumper, the terracotta sweater, which I am also eyeing up as a potential project next year. I just love that kind of contrast and the more kind of mosaic shapes. I just could not be happier with my jumper here, and I hope you have found this video helpful or interesting. Do let me know if you have any questions. If you get stuck at all, let me know, because I could potentially help with anything that you're getting confused by, because I have been there and done that now. What do you guys think? I will leave details of the yarn I use below and the pattern. I love you guys lots, and I will see you soon. Mwah!